Imagine, for a moment, you're standing in the middle of a storm. The wind is howling, trees bend and sway, and the rain pelts down, making it almost impossible to see. Amid this chaos, you have two choices: focus on the storm itself, over which you have no control, or focus on how you will endure and respond to it. This is where Stoicism comes in, and at the heart of its teachings lies a powerful idea: the dichotomy of control. It's simple, yet profound. There are things within our control, and there are things outside of it. Understanding this distinction is the key to navigating life's inevitable challenges, and it's this principle we'll explore today through 7 core Stoic concepts. Let's begin. Number 1. Control over your own actions. At the heart of the dichotomy of control is the empowering realization that, while the external world and its events are beyond our control, our inner responses are entirely within our command. This idea shifts the focus from trying to manipulate or resist circumstances to mastering our own reactions. For instance, we have no control over whether someone criticizes us, but we have full control over our emotional response, whether to let the criticism sting or to remain indifferent and unaffected. Similarly, when we encounter failure, the event itself is beyond our control, but we have the choice to either wallow in self-pity or to view it as a valuable learning experience. The Stoics emphasize that this is where our true strength resides, not in controlling life's events, but in governing our thoughts, emotions, and reactions to them. It's in this space between the external happening and our internal response that we can cultivate resilience, wisdom, and peace. This insight teaches us that by focusing on what we can control, ourselves, we regain power over our lives, even in the face of adversity. Number 2. Acceptance of what is beyond us. The Stoics understood that much of life is beyond our control, and resisting these uncontrollable elements only leads to unnecessary suffering. They believe that when we obsess over things like other people's opinions, unpredictable events, or mistakes from the past, we waste our energy on things we cannot change. Instead, they emphasize the importance of acceptance, not as a form of defeat, but as a wise and proactive choice. Acceptance doesn't mean giving up or becoming indifferent. It means acknowledging the reality of the situation and focusing on what is within our control, our thoughts, actions, and attitudes. By shifting our focus to what we can influence and letting go of what we can't, we liberate ourselves from frustration, disappointment, and stress. This mindset allows us to face life with calm, strength, and clarity, cultivating resilience and emotional peace despite external circumstances. Number 3. Focusing on present effort, not future outcomes. We often find ourselves preoccupied with how future events will unfold. Whether it's a project at work that feels pivotal, a relationship that hangs in the balance, or personal goals that seem just out of reach. This anxiety stems from our innate desire for certainty in an uncertain world. However, the Stoic insight reminds us that the future is inherently unpredictable, and our attempts to control it can lead to frustration and disappointment. Instead, we should redirect our focus to the present moment, where we have the power to exert effort and make choices. By committing to do our best today, without being overly attached to specific outcomes, we free ourselves from the heavy burden of expectation. This shift allows us to embrace the process rather than fixate on the results, fostering a sense of peace and fulfillment in knowing that we have done all we can. In doing so, we cultivate resilience and a deeper appreciation for the journey, understanding that true contentment arises from our actions in the here and now, not from distant, uncertain outcomes. Number 4. Internal versus external goals. Stoics encourage us to focus on setting internal goals, those that lie within our control. rather than external ones, which are often influenced by outside factors. For example, instead of aiming for a promotion, a goal that hinges on others' decisions and perceptions, we can prioritize internal goals like working diligently, enhancing our skills, and consistently demonstrating integrity in our actions. This shift in perspective allows us to direct our energy towards what we can actually influence, thereby alleviating the anxiety and frustration that often accompany the pursuit of external validation or success. By concentrating on our efforts and personal growth, we cultivate a deeper sense of fulfillment and pride in our achievements, regardless of the outcomes. Ultimately, this Stoic approach fosters resilience and contentment, as we learn to derive satisfaction from our commitment to excellence rather than from the approval or recognition of others. Number 5. Understanding that control is limited. It's common for us to believe we have more control over our lives than we truly do, especially when it comes to the actions and feelings of others. We often find ourselves trying to shape someone else's behavior or seeking their approval, convinced that our happiness hinges on their choices. However, this mindset can lead to constant frustration and disappointment, as we cannot dictate how others think or act. The Stoics offer a liberating perspective. Instead of expending energy on what lies beyond our influence, we should redirect our focus to the aspects of life we can control, our own thoughts, actions, and values. By concentrating on our responses and decisions, we empower ourselves to lead a more fulfilling life, free from the weight of external expectations. This shift not only fosters resilience, but also cultivates a sense of peace, allowing us to navigate life's complexities with grace and confidence, while accepting that others will act according to their own nature. Ultimately, the Stoic approach encourages us to embrace the natural flow of life, relinquishing the illusion of control over what we cannot change and finding strength in what we can. Number 6. Preparing for life's unpredictability. Stoicism encourages us to engage in a practice often referred to as premeditatio malorum, or the premeditation of evils. This involves mentally rehearsing potential setbacks and challenges before they occur. It's not about adopting a pessimistic view of the world. Rather, it's a proactive approach to life's inevitable uncertainties. By envisioning possible difficulties, be it a job loss, a breakup, or any unforeseen circumstance, we prepare ourselves emotionally and mentally. This preparation allows us to cultivate resilience, making it less likely that we'll be blindsided when challenges arise. Instead of being thrown into chaos, we develop a toolkit of responses that enable us to adapt and move forward with calm and clarity. This Stoic practice equips us with the strength to face life's storms, turning potential despair into an opportunity for growth and self-discovery. Number 7. The role of virtue. Finally, Stoicism teaches that while we can't control the outcomes of our actions, we can always control how we choose to act. This is the essence of virtue. In the Stoic sense, virtue encompasses qualities like justice, courage, wisdom, and temperance, guiding us to live in harmony with our true nature and the world around us. No matter the circumstances we face, we possess the power to respond with integrity and character. This ability to act virtuously, even in the face of adversity, represents the ultimate form of control. It emphasizes that while external events may be unpredictable, our internal choices remain firmly within our grasp. By committing to virtuous behavior, we cultivate resilience and moral clarity, ensuring that our responses reflect our values rather than the chaos of the world. Ultimately, this approach empowers us to navigate life's challenges with grace and purpose, fostering a sense of fulfillment that transcends the uncontrollable aspects of our lives. So, here we are, back in the storm. You can't control the rain, the wind, or the thunder, but you can control how you face it. Will you stand firm, grounded in your principles, or will you let the storm toss you around? The dichotomy of control isn't about avoiding life's challenges. It's about meeting them with clarity and understanding what's within your grasp while letting go of the rest. This mindset empowers you to respond thoughtfully instead of reacting impulsively to chaos. In a world that often feels chaotic and unpredictable, embracing this Stoic philosophy acts as a compass, guiding you back to what truly matters: your own thoughts, actions, and choices. By recognizing that your power lies in your reactions and attitudes, you cultivate resilience and inner peace. And in that realization, there is immense freedom. When you understand that your happiness is not dependent on external circumstances, but on how you choose to respond, you liberate yourself from the burden of worry and frustration. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel for more content like this. Your support means the world to us. Thanks for watching.